What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and just in time, I'm joined by the podcast dad. He's doing a little bit of a streamlined setup today from his phone. You look super chapped today. How are you?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Chapped might be the right answer.
It's all right. We're getting the match in the ring. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're here. It's good to see you. We did take yesterday off. Hope that you enjoyed your evening. Did something relatively exciting.
No, I did not.
Well, Kyle thinks that you're very demure today for being
vertical.
I think that's portrait mode. Yeah, portrait. So yeah, no, it works for you. It's a little bit close up for my taste, but you know, it's fine.
Better? Is that better for you?
No, yeah. Actually.
You're right. I should get that in there. You're right. There we go.
It's okay. It's like I said, I'm just glad to see your handsome face. It is the end of the week, and we got some wrestling to talk about. But before we introduce our guests and get into tonight's topics, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you're following us at Junkies Pod on X for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, but more importantly, please do us a huge favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Is that alcoholic or non?
That would be alcoholic.
Okay, good. As long as I'm not the only one. It's nice to crack it. Take that fucking thing off, will you?
Huh? Dude, it's game night. What are you talking about? I'm not going to take it off. You knew this was coming. Big game tonight. Big game. Get your plugs.
You know what? I'm not going to agitate an Eagles fan because I need Jalen Hurts to go off tonight. So, you know what? I'm going to be nice. But yes, again, please do us a favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Our goal is to get to 400 by the end of the month. We're at 369. So we are on our way there. What's that magic number, Chris?
1. You guys see it?
One person.
One person.
Yeah.
Just tell one
Super
person
easy.
about
Takes like 7 seconds.
How idiotic 1.5 of this show is that he can't get his computer to start. So he's on his phone on portrait mode, looking like what did Kyle say I am? Demure?
Very
whatever.
demure. That's a good thing.
I don't know what
I mean,
that
don't
means.
go starting your OnlyFans or anything like that, but you look good.
Who says I haven't? I got pretty feet,
but okay. All right. Make sure to follow our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. If you want incredible blogs, great podcasts, fan art, memes, you name it, we have it. The Great Brown Hope, Alejandro, just put out an excellent article, or a blog, I should say, about Baron Corbin's time in WWE to celebrate his 1-year anniversary of the Great Brown Hope's podcast, or blog, I should say, excuse me. So go check that out on our site when you have an opportunity to do that. Also, buy yourself some merch, buy a mug, hoodie, beanie, tank top. You know, it's getting cold out. You need something with the Junkies logo on it, you know?
Cold and rainy in Cincinnati here today. So yes,
it is.
The hoodies are a must.
Yes. Absolutely. And while you're at it, need some merch, support our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel, gorillapressapparel.bigcartel.com. Make sure to use promo code WJP2024 for 25% off site-wide at checkout. If you are a wrestler, a referee, a manager, a promoter, you need some merch for those tables on the weekends, DM Will over on X. He will take great care of you. Gary J's merch is flying off of the shelves, the digital shelves, I should say. And they are also sponsoring Trivia Tuesday. Remember, that is still alive and well for the next 5 days. So if you have not seen it yet, here is the question. There are 4 men who competed at the first Starrcade and the first WrestleMania. Who are they? DM us with your guess. All correct guesses will be entered into a raffle, and the winner will get a $20 gift card to Gorilla Press Apparel. Make sure to go support them. Check it out. And cold and rainy in Indiana. Sounds like a good day to get a Junkies hoodie. And Great Brown Hope is in the chats. Happy anniversary once again, my friend. Make sure that you go and follow him on X. And then we would prefer if you didn't.
Hold on now.
But I mean, like, I'm not your mother, so I can't stop you.
Yeah. I'm out. You just put 3 comments on. I think you skipped one. Thank you.
Are you really that petty?
Thank you. Thank you.
257 fucking episodes. Okay.
Yeah, I like compliments.
I know that you do, and Kyle. I mean, that's truly unfortunate. But there's my tiny violin. Anyway, I think that it is time to introduce our guest podcast dad. What say you?
I'm ready.
All right, love it. Well, we are thrilled to welcome back the one and only Sensei Erron Wade, and he is not alone this time. Joining him is his loyal, though maybe a bit questionable protege, Cullen. Aaron's been making some waves as of late. He did compete at TWE's massive weekend of shows during Halloween weekend that were co-headlined by H2O Wrestling, temporarily renaming himself the Hardcore Sensei. And I'm telling you, this was, if you have not had a chance to watch any of these shows on IWTV, you need to do so. He has faced off with some of the toughest in the business, including scoring a victory against the deathmatch legend Matt Tremont. That would be the second person on our show that has done that. Meanwhile, Cullen is nursing an injury from a recent encounter from Big Dave, though there are some whispers that he might be playing up the neck brace just a little bit. But we're excited to dive into all of this. So without further ado, let's welcome the Sensei Erron Wade and his student Cullen. Gentlemen, great to see you.
Man, let me just say, podcast day, you look like a nerd with that chain on. Such a nerd.
Oh, looks a lot better than his neck brace.
I heard that.
Oh, come on. Hey, that's a serious injury.
Is it though? Is it though?
Sure about that?
You saw the attack, the vicious attack that Big Dave gave my student here.
The word vicious is doing a lot of work in that sentence.
Vicious. You're right. You're right.
Oh, come on.
All right. Okay. You know what? We're gonna be nice. We're nice guys around here. So Cullen,
No,
how are you feeling?
No. I'm not gonna.
What?
Come on my show and then you want to insult me? I mean, this chain looks a lot better than your connection. So.
Oh, come on. Hey. No. I have several dojos all over the Southeast. No, we ain't playing that. No.
Just get some better.
You might actually kick. Okay. All right. He said it, not me. Let's get this back on track. Cullen, we'll start with you. How is the neck?
It sucks. Big Dave is going to pay for this on the 23rd. So I can say.
Right. That's right. I taught him well.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, Aaron. So Cullen has been a disciple of yours for quite some time now. What were you looking for in a protege, and how did you know that Cullen was the one?
I knew he was the one because I knew he needed me. He needed to be taught the right way, the right discipline. And that discipline is through Taekwondo, a martial arts that I've studied all my life.
You are a 5th degree black belt.
That is correct.
It's quite an accomplishment. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, I know. It's a great accomplishment.
Great. Hey, just take the compliment. I'm being professional and being nice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are with that silly chain in your hoodie. I bet you it's not even cold there.
No, it's cold. It's cold and rainy. Mr. Cincinnati will tell you that.
It is a tad gross here in Cincinnati today. So that one he's actually right about that one. But we didn't come to talk about the Weathermen. We came to talk about wrestling. Aaron, TWE versus H2O weekend. I believe that you went 2-1 across all of your matches. Let's just rewind a little bit. How are we feeling now? I mean, things got a little aggressive there.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little banged up after that last match in the deathmatch tournament. I got assaulted on a shopping cart, took a thumbtack back to the back, and then Jameson Shook double stomped a pile of forks into my back. So I'm not happy about that. However, like you mentioned earlier, I have a win over Matt Tremont. The biggest win in my career. I couldn't be happier.
I mean, hey, we're thrilled for you.
Yeah, no, it's quite an accomplishment. I will give the flowers when flowers are due. That is quite an accomplishment.
Oh yeah, great business.
All right, so Cullen, I got to get your perspective of this. How has the sensei molded, guided your career so far? You're sitting under this learning tree. You're getting to see a side of him that no one really does. So take us through a little bit of this dynamic.
Sensei Wade has taught me everything that he has known. He will soon be a 6th degree black belt, as you all by now. And now, on November 23rd, Big Dave will pay for what he has done to my neck. And Sensei Wade, he will destroy anybody that comes in his way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I get.
I'm sure you guys heard the lawsuit.
Go ahead. We kind of lost you a little bit there, Aaron. Sorry.
I'm sure you guys heard the lawsuit that I filed against TDB and Big Dave for attacking my dear student here. I'm sure y'all haven't been living under a rock, right?
Well,
For
those who haven't,
go ahead.
For those who haven't heard about it, say our audience, let's dive into it a little bit more.
I guess. Yeah, there we go.
So, on Nightmare on Dayton Boulevard, I had a match with Big David. I won that match, I should add. And then Big Dave didn't really like that I won. So he proceeded to give my student here a lariat from hell and then entering his neck. And then I went straight to my attorney and filed a lawsuit against TDB and TDB management and Big David. And now he's banned for the foreseeable future.
And just for the record, I am not the attorney that they hired. Okay, so don't get that. Don't get that in your head.
I got class.
Hey, what the fuck does that mean?
I got class. I know people. I know people that know people.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, that felt like a little bit of a drive-by if I've ever fucking heard one. But you know what? Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Sensei, reflecting on this hardcore weekend, we know that this Hardcore Sensei moniker was one that you gave yourself for the weekend. Is this one that you see yourself dusting off anytime soon, or your deathmatch day is done because you can't take forks to the back?
You know, I think I go where the money goes. So if the money's correct, the Sensei will be there to dish out a whipping because I am a 5th degree black belt. Jameson Shook just was one step ahead of the Sensei that night. And if I ever get in the ring in a deathmatch setting again with Jameson Shook, all bets are off. Let's just say that.
So let's dive into it a little bit more, Mr. Cincinnati. Let's talk about deathmatch mentality. Sensei, how, coming from your background, how was it to adjust to the death match? How it's very different than your normal match. How what was the mentality going into it? How did you prepare for it? What did that preparation look like?
Well, a really famous man by the name of Mick Foley once said, in a deathmatch setting or a hardcore setting, you just gotta block out the pain. Act like it doesn't even exist. And before even H2O weekend, I had that mentality that this may be my last match. So I went out there and made sure that it wasn't going to be my last match. That's my mentality.
Okay. Man, solid answer. Now I have a question for Mr. Student. So the Sensei has had a couple students now, and those students don't get along with the Sensei anymore. Are you a little worried about that?
Not at all. Not at all. Sensei Wade can just do anything without any student, even without me. Everybody has said I've helped him win, but that's not the case. I'm there to give him more support.
Your idea of moral support does look a lot like assistance if you go back and watch the replays of this weekend streaming live on IWTV. Distracting referees, placement of chairs. Is that what's being taught in the old dojo here?
Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, I've done a lot of moral support in my day, and I've never ended up in a neck brace. So,
come on, fuck off. You know that's not what I teach in my dojo. I teach my students discipline through Taekwondo. That's what I teach. Oh, come on, don't get it twisted. I don't need Cullen to help me win. I do everything on my own because I am a sensei. And if I wasn't a sensei, then I'd just be a loser like you with your stupid chain. That's what I'd be.
It's a good chain. I've gotten compliments on this chain.
No.
He has actually gotten compliments on this show about the chain. I don't fucking get it, but here we are. So, Aaron, is this your way of saying that if Jameson Shook comes up, says he wants a rematch, are you saying that you're willing to leave Cullen in the back? Is this something that Podcast Dad and I should talk to Mr. Hales about organizing?
I think you can put it in his ear because I don't know if you know this, but a week before H2O weekend, I beat Jameson Shook in a death match at Nathan Mowry's Blood and Honey series. I did beat him a week before the tournament. So let's just say we're tied at the moment. So if you want to put a little bug in Dylan Hales' ear and then set it up, by all means, do it. I'm an open book.
Just nobody ringside, correct?
Oh, of course not. You saw my entrance whenever I came out at the deathmatch tournament. Cullen did come out with me, but I sent him on his way. He was a little too hurt to be out there.
Okay.
Did that happen for every entrance here? Did he stay away every single time? Because I mean, the tape doesn't lie.
Right.
You know.
All right, don't get it twisted. If I just sent Cullen to the back every single time, he wouldn't learn anything. It's like taking my dojo on the road. If he's at ringside, he can learn a thing too. Let's get that way.
Okay, well, Cullen, what's the biggest thing you've learned at ringside from the sensei?
All of his kicks, all of his strikes. I've been studying him like a book. And I'm starting to learn almost everything he has taught me. And soon I'll get a yellow belt around my waist.
Correct. Keep working hard, buddy.
Yes, Sensei.
Okay, well, so good job. When does that next step happen? Like what is the time frame? What schedule are we on? I know again, really tough injury, but where are we at in the training?
When I come back from my
Don't you worry
injury,
about that.
I'll be better than ever.
That's right. Yeah, don't you worry about when he gets his yellow belt. Let him heal. There's a few setbacks, but in due time he will get his yellow belt around his waist.
I'm just asking the question. I thought we were in an interview.
I think that ugly ass chain is really, really upsetting him tonight, but that's
fine. I just didn't know. You know, I asked the question to Colin, so I didn't know since I had to answer.
It's atrocious.
Saying.
Well, gentlemen, I mean, you know, 2024 is coming to a close. Sensei, we've seen you do some incredible things again, an incredible showing at the Hardcore weekend. You just barely survived a dog collar match with Mad Dog Connolly. What sticks out as far as your favorite moments of 2024? And tell us what the mindset is for student and teacher going into 2025.
I think my favorite moment this year was definitely winning the SCI Rumble. That's a moment nobody can take away from the sensei. Nobody, not even you and your stupid chain. You can't take that away from me. I won the Rumble. You can't take that away. And then going into my first SCI tournament, that was a big step up. Going in there with Matt Mikowski.
Yeah.
Big, good competitor. I did come up short, but I definitely learned a few things along the way to make sure that will never happen again if I were to ever step in the ring with Mr. Mikowski again. As far as my student and I going into 2025, you can bet his neck to be healed 110% and then have a yellow belt wrapped around his waist. And then hell, maybe by the end of 2025 ends, he'll be a blue belt. That's our goals going forward.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well,
high expectations. High expectations. That's good. That's good. Keep that.
No, I like it. Cullen, when can we expect to see you in action? I mean, once the neck is healed, when can we expect to see you get in the ring and mix it up? I mean, I'm sure that Jameson Shook is looking for some competition as well, maybe Finesse. I mean, there's a lot of names out there in TWE that probably want to mix it up with you guys, and really probably want to punch both of your faces in, and want to see you guys back it up.
Wow.
You guys are just so funny, man. So funny.
I know, aren't we? Thank you.
Man.
Asking questions. Does this chain remind you of the dog collar? Is that why you're so upset?
You just sound triggered.
You just got lots of jokes, don't you, podcast dad?
Ask me a
I
question,
mean, we
Joe.
did warn that he was a little chat before the show started, so this is kind of
Yeah.
this is the result.
And you came
Where'd
at
you
me
get that
real
chain?
hard. You came at me real
Where'd
hard.
you get that chain? At the dollar store?
No, on the side of the road.
Oh, that's even worse.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying.
That's a lot
I don't.
worse.
I don't lie. Kind of like, I don't lie about injuries. But yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, come on. Come on.
I mean, all we're saying is we haven't seen an X-ray, we haven't seen a MRI, nothing. So we're.
I haven't seen a
Don't
doctor.
you worry about that. Don't you worry about any of that. You saw the footage. That's all that matters. That's the only evidence I need.
You're right. I believe everything I see on the internet.
I mean,
Well,
I do believe that he helped you win at least one of those matches during H2O weekend. I mean, the footage doesn't lie about that either. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Okay, so it's fine. God, you love coming on our show. Don't act like you don't love coming on our show.
You do.
Come on.
Come on. I have a good time. I have a good time. I can't lie. Especially when you got me and my ex buddy, Cody Manhorn on here. That was certainly a time I've had.
Big win too. Big win on that.
Yeah.
I gotta give you.
I told you guys too. I told you.
I gotta give it to you. Hey, you proved your point, and you did a great job. Student Cullen, just watch out because that's what he does to his old students.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna push it any further. We hope that there's no trouble in paradise for you guys. We hope that you take the TWE world by storm going into 2025. That's certainly all that we can hope for, gentlemen. This has certainly been something. But before we let you go, where can everybody find you on social media? What events do you have coming up? Where can everybody find you, and where can they experience the Sensei?
All right, Cullen. I'll let you take this one first. Where are you going to be?
You can follow
How do you
me.
find you on Twitter?
You can follow me at Twitter Student Cullen 1 on Twitter, Instagram chenderson1005, and on Facebook you can just find me as Cullen Henderson.
Sensei.
You can find me on various social media platforms at Erron Wade, all lowercase because I'm not a mark. And it's spelled ERRON, like Aaron Black from Mortal Kombat. You can find me at upcoming events. TWE on November 23rd. You can find me at Crash Course December 2nd. H2O December 7th and December 28th. Upcoming events. 2025 is ending.
I like it. I like it. Well, gentlemen, it has certainly been a pleasure to have you both on. Aaron, always good to see you. Cullen, thank you again. Hope to have you back on soon, and hopefully you won't need the next brace. Next time that you're here. I mean, even though you don't really need it now, but neither here nor there.
Want to keep talking?
All right.
No, you know what? I got nothing else to say. I think we've all made our jokes about your fake injury, but thank you, gentlemen, so very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Hope to have you both back on soon. Thank you again to Sensei Erron Wade and Student Cullen for joining us. Man, that is a motley fucking crew right there. Entertaining as hell, though.
I feel like he came at me real hard for no reason, but that's fine. I
wouldn't say for no reason.
I like Erron Wade. I enjoyed him when we were down there, and then
I like Erron Wade too.
Decided to come after me for no reason. I didn't say a word, and he came after me.
Again, I wouldn't say no reason, but I mean, you've gotten a couple of compliments on the chain tonight. All right, don't milk it.
That's what I'm saying. All I've gotten is compliments tonight. So I was ready to be nice. I was a little chapped at the beginning of the show, but I was excited for the interview. I was ready to be nice. But then
that's fine. Still waiting for your wife to pop in the chats and say that you're looking good.
She doesn't know what YouTube is. We've discussed this. We've discussed
saying.
this.
I'm just saying. Now, of the two of us, you think that she would be the significant other that would be most frequently there? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So, to be fair, my computer's still restarting.
Oh, that's
The
unfortunate.
portrait mode is just portrait mode. I can try to flip it right now, but I'm afraid it's going to go away like it did before the show started. So
Yeah, let's not do it. It's fine. We will survive one day of you in portrait mode. No big deal. No big deal.
we're good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, we do. But let's regroup. Thank you to everybody that is watching tonight. Make sure you're following us at Junkies Pod on X for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Please do us a huge favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there. 369 is the number right now, and we're trying to get to 400 by the end of the month. There are 51 people watching right now, so if everybody who is not subscribed headed over to our channel to do that real quick, we hit that goal, and then we can continue to drink, and I might even have myself a sip of Kase Azul to celebrate.
You know, pop that last comment.
What's that?
You know, pop that last comment up, please. Thank you. Love you too, Kyle.
Okay. All right.
This might be a permanent thing.
No, that's fine.
This might be a permanent thing. I'm getting way too many compliments to have.
You are pretty popular this evening. Going in portrait mode. It's
pretty great. Feel pretty great. Oh, jeez. That's not fair. I'm getting the compliments from third parties. That's not fair.
What I like it. So you're saying that my boyfriend can't come in and say that I look handsome on the stream? Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying there's bias.
I wouldn't say that there's bias. It's just
there's bias.
I'm looking pretty good in my Cardona t-shirt tonight. That's all it is. No.
And I'm looking great in portrait mode. This is my portrait mode era. Also, I just feel great because the Eagles are playing tonight. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I feel great.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I gotta drive to Columbus tomorrow.
Oh, somebody has to work tomorrow. Oh,
I work 5 days a week. It's like I actually have to leave to go do it. Kyle thinks it's biased, but I don't think that it is, and that's just gonna stay there. So
we already saw it. Thank you.
Fine. Thank you, Mr. Ramsey. Love you. Anyway, portrait mode remix the pre-mode.
I mean, I can see it.
What the fuck is going on tonight?
It's one of those nights, man. It's portrait mode era. I'm telling you. When the portrait happens, it happens.
That's fine.
What else do you want to talk about?
Right.
Eagles play an hour.
Yeah, and I got a pizza put in the oven. So anyway, so NXT is in the what? I made a pizza. Is that a problem?
DiGiorno?
No, as in got a bag of pizza dough, put my own sauce and toppings on, like actually handmade, and made some buffalo chicken dip.
So tell me that you don't have kids without telling me you don't have kids.
Okay.
I like that I can see the comments tonight. That's good.
Wait, can you not normally?
No, that's just too much effort. This one, I see the notification pop up. Nice.
Well, I can't take you anywhere, can we?
You want me to TikTok tonight? I can TikTok tonight.
Yeah, we should do a TikTok. I got a couple of ideas for ones that you'll figure it out. I have faith in you.
What do you want to talk about? NXT?
Yeah, let's start there. So we have seen, and let me get the results up. You want to do the plugs and vamp real quick as I pop these results up real quick?
Yeah, guys, look how much fun we're having. Eric said, how many people are watching? 51 people. I can't tell because
it's 49 now. So
49 people are watching. Well, that's probably because Aaron and whatever his face left. But thank you guys for watching. We can't do the show without you. My gold chain looks fantastic tonight. And if you like what you're seeing with Portrait Mode Era Podcast Dad, tell one person. If you like what you see here, Mr. Cincinnati's making a homemade pizza. I don't know what toppings are on it. I don't care what toppings are on it. But
bacon, turkey, pepperoni, and hot honey.
Ooh, hot honey. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Oh. Hey, you slide into my DMs, I will always answer. But I am a big fan of the hot honey. I'm not gonna lie. Hot honey's good. Is it Mike's hot honey?
No, it's just Kroger.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just went with what was in my cabinet. That's all it is.
it's a cupboard.
Okay. Sol Ruka qualified for Iron Survivor, and you said that there was no possibility of that happening. How do you feel about that?
I didn't say that. I did not say
Okay,
that.
well-
No.
Okay.
There was another match I said there was no possibility, but I didn't think Sol Ruka would win. I thought Cora Jade would win. I was wrong.
There was something else that you were wrong about. Let me make sure I can find it.
Go ahead and find it because it wasn't.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you already. Okay, yeah,
Go ahead.
same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, so you're wrong again. Good, thank you. Thank you again. Yeah, no, it's. I like it. It's different. So we know Sol Ruka is good. I mean, the finishing move is amazing. The Soul Snatcher is fantastic. It'll be good for her to have this opportunity. I want to see who else is in the match because there are some bigger names that I think are going to be in this match.
Yeah.
But good. You should always. This is what the Iron Survivor should be, right? It should be anybody can win it at any time, and you should have some people in it that you don't expect to be in it. And I didn't expect Sol Ruka to beat Cora Jade, so this is a fun surprise.
Yeah, and Kyle need her skill set in this particular type of match. I absolutely agree. I mean, especially with all the pacing and spots that are going to come with it, interaction with the pods, and kind of athleticism that's going to be required for some of the things they usually do in these matches. Great fit for sure. And the thing is, even for even for people that don't win the Iron Survivor, this can help them break out and to establish themselves further as a name. We saw it with Kalani Jordan a couple of years ago as well. So there is a benefit to having some fresher faces, to qualify here. Wesley also qualifies for the men's match, defeating Cedric Alexander. I don't think anybody's really surprised there.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. What was the other one?
Not Nikita versus Rizzo, but I do think that they get a match at Deadline. Would you not fucking?
What was the other one?
Javon Evans, Lexus King. Javon Evans qualifies.
We may need to go back to the tape. Fact checker, please go back and check. I think I said there's no chance Lexus King wins. Thank you.
Okay.
Great showing.
Sir.
Great showing.
You know what? I can. As far, do you like anything about what they're trying to do to rehab this character? They haven't given up on him. They've taken away a lot of the. What was Russell Brand's character and get him to the Greek?
Russell Brand? Kind of.
Okay. Well, they've taken a lot of that out. And yeah, sportsmanship from the King. I mean, there's an effort to try to rehab this here. Trying to shy away from his father's image wasn't working. They're starting to slowly bring some of that back in. I mean, we saw them try this with Charlotte Flair on the main roster, probably 2017, 2018, where they took the Flair out of her last name and just kind of tried to distance her. But I mean, if you're a second generation, especially when you come from a lineage like Brian Pillman, like you kind of got to lean into it here. So I'm hoping that this is the start of a better 2025 than we've seen in 2024 from Lexus King. So I'm still optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, I like that they pivot, right? Like, it's not working, pivot. They did the same thing with Ridge Holland. It wasn't working, and they pivot, right? So It's good. I like that they're recognizing that. As an old regime would not recognize it. It would just be, if this isn't working, let's try to force it down their throat. Oh, that's not working. Let's take them off TV. Giovanni. Yeah. So old habits die hard. Yeah, I like that they're going to try to adjust, and they should lean into the Brian Pillman name because it's more interesting.
It's a fucking legend.
Well, it's just more interesting. Like, it's just more interesting than what they were trying to do originally. And that is, I think, something that Sean brings to the table of, okay, I'm going to let you come in and do what you want to try to do, and that's fine. But if it doesn't work, I'm going to step in. And I like the kind of creative freedom that both regimes now, NXT and main roster, are kind of giving. That when it doesn't work, okay, it's time for us to step in and see what we can do. And yeah, leaning into the Brian Pillman thing is important. The only thing that I am a little concerned about is, and I know it's silly, and it is. Can you Google how old he is?
Google how old who is Lexus?
Yeah, because I think he is in mid-30s territory. So we're getting to the point where
He's 31.
okay, so early 30s.
They have time. Yeah, no,
okay.
it's they.
I thought he was
Yeah.
a little older than I originally thought, because I mean Sean Spears is in his 40s and
Yeah.
still
Well, I mean,
killing
Sean
it.
Spears was also Stan.
Yes,
That was 2009.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sean Spears, I like the Tony D vignette. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
That
I don't
was
know who
really,
that-
really good.
Was I supposed to know who that guy was in the car?
I don't think so, because I had that initial reaction, but it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like they are introducing a heater form, which is good. I mean, that's at least an investment in whatever might be next for Sean Spears. And I know that, you when he first returned, you were not super thrilled about him coming back as Sean Spears instead of Ty Dillinger. I think, and again, I still stand by. I think this was a better idea than bringing Dillinger back, because there was a seriousness and urgency that Ty Dillinger lacked, I think, and it's easy to get pigeonholed into.
Yeah. No, looking back on it, yes, it's making some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I think it works. I think it works. This is from our friends Nick Teodoro. Make sure to check out his show Friday nights. I think 6 Central, if I'm not mistaken. He'll put it in the chats if I am. Unpopular opinion: I think Obafemi is going to be mismanaged at the main roster level and be a bust. That's a hot take.
What gives me confidence is what they're doing with Bronson Reed right now.
Very true.
That's what gives me a little bit of confidence. I think he has too much. He's at the point now where I think it's like this guy has too much talent to fail. We haven't seen him strapped with a bad feud yet. We thought the Tony D thing might have been a little iffy, but it turned out to be not.
It was a very well crafted story.
Yeah.
And the wins that Tony got made sense. Shock roll up, and then second time around TLC. So there's all the stipulations, no disqualifications, family gets involved, and David having help taking down Goliath. So they've protected him as best as you can, a big man in these situations.
Your test is going to be what's next. Your test is going to be what's next with him.
I think, is it fair to say that not fair to say, is it safe to say that he'll probably be in Iron Survivor?
I would hope so. Because I don't need a random feud for Obafemi. He needs, it needs to go from how they booked Gunther. He lost the title, boom, right to the main card, right to the main event.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen. That he's literally kind of what Gunther was on the main roster, as he elevated that North American title, which didn't need to be elevated, but was kind of in a holding pattern a little bit, I would say.
Yeah, especially after the Wesley injury, because I think had he not gotten hurt, there probably would have been a longer reign than that we saw with that championship, I think.
Because you had Dom, and then you had I was going to say Kalisto. You had Dom, you had Dragon Lee, and then you had Dom again, and then, it was just kind of random, right? But he kind of established that title, made it what it needs to be, and now you bump him up to the main roster because he's already proved himself. So, and for that, I think he does have the charisma, and if he doesn't, there's a guy that could easily, you could pair him with to give him that charisma. He did the same thing with Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason. There is absolutely no reason Obafemi cannot be the next big thing.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's, especially, we don't know kind of what inning, so to speak, that the Bloodline story is in, but looking toward, because this is a story that will eventually come to a close, and Paul Heyman seems like one of those guys, and that will continue to be a manager, to be in that role for as long as I think Triple H will let him do that for other wrestlers. So yeah, and even still, even if he, for the sake of just discussing Nick's comment here, even if he doesn't necessarily have the charisma right now, that doesn't mean that an extended stay in NXT would be a bad thing. We weren't ready to embrace Braun Breaker as a heel. He took the time to develop as a heel, and look where he is now on the main roster. Obafemi's no different. So, what's that?
Roxanne Perez, same thing.
Yeah. They in NXT, they will take the time to look at these. They'll take the time to look at these talents and say, okay, here's what's missing, and let's work on that, because this is what we're doing to get people ready. And Nick also follows up with Heyman isn't going with another young guy. I don't necessarily agree with that personally. It's Paul fucking Heyman. I think that as long as you have him and he wants to be on TV, they'll find a way to have him work with somebody.
Heyman's going to do whatever keeps him relevant. I think he has a track history of that. He's going to do whatever keeps him relevant, whether that's ECW.
And not in the douchey Chris Jericho way.
No, whether that's ECW, whether that's jumping to WWE when he had the chance, whether that's jumping on Brock Lesnar, whether that's jumping on CM Punk, whether that's jumping with the Bloodline. He's going to do whatever keeps him relevant. And that's what Paul Heyman does.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And that makes him a great manager.
For sure.
He can evolve from person to person no matter what. I mean, hell, he managed Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I mean, we understand that's that's why people have Legends deals, and there can be as much or as little involvement as they want. But I think if anything, because of what Paul Heyman has done with the Bloodline, with how involved he is in every aspect of that story, even when he's not on TV, the relationship that he has with Triple H now is certainly better than it was certainly 20 plus years ago. That, my opinion is simply, as long as Paul Heyman wants to be involved and be a character on TV, they'll let him kind of figure out what he wants to do and who he wants to work with.
He'll always have a spot.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Trick Williams announces the plans for the #1 contendership match. Ridge Holland versus Andre Chase. Winner gets Trick at Deadline. Ridge Holland is competing in a #1 contendership match before Duke Hudson heel turn fucking happens.
I'm in on this Ridge Holland, man. I'm in.
Look at you.
I'm in. I like what they're doing with him. I really do. They got away. Again, they were able to pivot. They kind of got away from, I'm afraid to hurt people thing, which sucked.
Yeah.
And now he's just a killer. And I'm thoroughly enjoying what Ridge Holland is doing. And a month ago, 2 months ago, I never would have said that.
There's an edge to him that just was lacking. Because, I mean, I think that, so was that 2018, I think it was, when he first debuted, had all of the weight of the world behind him, and he was ready to go, and then breaks his ankle going for the North American title. And that was just kind of the start of the rebuild there. And now finally they have something that they can work with here. And certainly the main roster exposure helped to a degree. It was certainly to a detriment, depending on the context, post Big E for sure. But I mean, they've got at least the perception of another top level heel in NXT right now, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, which they haven't had in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, like Ethan Page was fine. He was a good heel, but like this guy feels like something, which again, never would have said that. Brawling Brutes Ridge Holland feels like a main challenger for the NXT championship. Never thought I'd say that. Crazy.
Yeah. But I think that we're shaping up to have a fun Deadline. I think it's safe to say that Ridge will get the win there to take on Trick, because I mean Trick needs somebody that is at least a similar stature to him as far as an opponent, and Ridge fits that bill. So I'm excited to see what they do with him.
Yeah, no, he needs a heel. I would like to see Andre Chase versus Trick Williams. I think that'd be a fun match, but no, he needs a heel to go up against.
Yeah. let's move on over to AEW. I know that we're getting a little long in the tooth here, and we're gonna hear some little ones crying for dad here soon. So let's talk a couple of things. So Roderick Strong has beaten 3 opponents. He will be facing MJF at Full Gear. Adam Cole was unable to win his 3rd match. They're really gonna drag this fucking thing out to World's End, aren't they?
I guess. I mean, I'm not mad at MJF Roderick Strong match.
No, I mean it's fine. It'll be good. It's just we have been waiting so damn long for this payoff that you would think it's like, okay, let's resolve this story so we can get both of these guys doing something else.
They're trying to heat it up again. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, well,
I mean, they're just trying to heat it up, and I think Kyle in our group chat kind of said it best. Like they could have booked themselves into a corner. Like you're not going to beat Takeshita.
nope,
Like, there's no way.
not 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
You can't beat Takeshita. No, like
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean the match will be fine. I mean the match will be good.
Yeah.
This story's we'll talk about long in the tooth.
Yeah.
But we don't see MJF every week, so
We don't, and I mean it is what it is. Absolutely love Leo Rush versus Swerve Strickland. That was a fun match to watch. Yeah, those guys. I mean, we know that they have history. We know that it goes back ages. But yeah, to see them do that on worldwide television, mix it up and just super fast paced, letting them have fun and do their thing. Absolutely enjoyed it. Getting Swerve hot for his match with Bobby Lashley, and I'm really excited for what Hurt Syndicate is going to do in AEW. And who knows? There's still a possibility that after all this is said and done, that Prince Nana gets kicked to the curb at Full Gear.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how that match goes because, I mean, Bobby Lashley is the leader of the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes.
If you put Swerve Strickland in that, Swerve Strickland's the leader of the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah. No, I said, I don't.
No? Dude was just AEW champion.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't deserve it. I'm not saying that he wouldn't deserve it.
But that's where I'm saying, like, I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think you can have Bobby Lashley and Swerve in the same faction without a power struggle. Like, that would be kind of like a Farouk Rock thing from Nation of Domination way back when. Like, yes, Bobby Lashley is that old guard where he has had a ton of success, but Swerve Strickland is the guy right now. And that is very clear. And I don't think they would mesh well in a group together because Swerve would overshadow Bobby Lashley, A, on the mic, and B, in the ring.
Okay.
That's just me.
No, hey, no, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, this was something, we talked about this at the very early stages of this group being put together, and you had a very strong opinion or thought of MVP and Swerve aligning, so I just wanted to revisit it. No.
I'm just saying I don't know if I see if a turn happening. I think you keep Swerve on his own because that dude has so much momentum, and I think if you put him in the group, then Bobby's gonna have to take a back seat. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But you can't put Swerve in the Hurt Syndicate without Swerve being the leader.
Sure.
So,
want to talk some tag team titles?
Sure.
FTR House of Black in the main event. Winners go on to join the Fatal 4-Way match at Full Gear for the tag team titles. I believe that Outrunners have already qualified, and House of Black got the win here. I'm genuinely surprised. I was watching the show yesterday over at MJB's house, and he was asking me kind of who I thought was going to win, and I told him FTR because I mean at this point we're still kind of wondering what's up with Malachi's contract, and I figured if FTR wins, then they're probably another sign that he's closer to the exit, and they get the win here. So color me shocked.
Yeah, I mean FTR is kind of part time at this point anyway, so I don't know if I'm shocked. This tag team
that was actually really good. Yeah,
that was cool, The tag team 4-way is interesting because you have Private Party, you have the Outrunners, you have the Kings of the Black Throne, and now I think on the it's the Acclaimed and Roosh and
LFI.
It's what's his name? I cannot think of his name. The Bull, Matador. What is his name? I'm blanking.
Taurus?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Acclaimed win, if I'm being honest.
No,
I think LFI win. Because I think we're getting ready to see a split with the Acclaimed. So
yeah, it's I think that this group has kind of run its course.
take notes.
It's not
Street Profits. Take notes.
Yeah, even in NXT, because I think I pointed this out earlier this week or late last week, as far as all of the friction and just kind of general angst that we're seeing between tag teams and amongst the general division as a whole. Even on NXT last week, Nathan Frazier has his eye on singles gold and is in an Iron Survivor qualifier match, which pissed off actually I almost called him a kid.
Don't do that.
What's that?
Don't do that.
I like that kid.
He's not a kid anymore.
His match with Tyler Bate, fire.
Well, any match with Tyler Bate's fire.
I know. I'm just saying I really like that match, right?
That's fair.
Okay. Anyway. Full Gear is about a week away. We're going to give our predictions next week. I think we're going to be hopping on to Wrestling Spotlight for that. So we've got a lot to look at here and a lot to enjoy. I mean, incredible. I mean, it's shaping up to be a damn fine card. Better make sure that you drink your coffee for it.
You know I won't. Straight monster.
Or that.
Yeah. Straight monster. Yeah. Hey, man. Good seeing you. Also,
I'm not going to say something. I'm not going to say anything. I need the points this week. A month until the playoffs. Not going to say anything.
I'm dead. In our league, I'm dead. I've lost 5 straight.
Also, yes, I believe it's November 23rd and December 1st, if I'm not mistaken, as far as the Full Gear or the main event mixers. Again, make sure that you are following the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net so that you can be in the loop as far as when those shows are happening. Make sure you're following us on Junkies Pod on X, like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. I cannot stress this enough. Please, 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 please. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are 31 followers away from our goal of 400 by the end of the month. We need your help to get there. So take like 5 seconds, head over to our channel, hit subscribe, turn on that bell so you get the notifications. We're live 4 days a week on a good week. You get banter like this. I mean, it's come on. We're probably,
Look how sexy I look tonight. Come on, guys.
No one said that. No one said that.
They're thinking it though.
No one said that.
They're thinking
No one said that.
Okay.
No one said that. I was told that I was handsome, but no one said that you were sexy.
That's because Heather doesn't know how to use YouTube.
Okay. Well,
not even his real name.
Mr. Ramsey does, so
not even his real name.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Yeah, I know you do know that. Yeah, that's fun.
His nickname's MJB. It doesn't start with an H.
MJB to some, Mr. Ramsey to others. There's a story behind it. Okay. All right. Okay. I've had enough of this shit. It's time to end the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Let me do a quick rundown, see what we have in the way of next week. We on Tuesday we will be joined by Jack Irene, co-owner of Wrestle Rave down in Houston, Texas. They're gearing up for a massive deathmatch tournament. We got some questions for him to talk about that. We've also got Desmond Cole joining us on Monday. Make sure you tune in, like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey. Get your answers in for Trivia Tuesday. It goes until November 19th. $20 off to Gorilla Press Apparel. And if you haven't seen their merch store, you got to check this shit out. I'm telling you, they've got some incredible stuff. You do not want to miss out. Holidays are around the corner. Get yourself something nice. Get somebody else something nice, however you want to use it. Enter for your chance to win $20 off. Anything else, podcast dad, for the good of the order?
Let's beat the commies tonight. Let's go. Love you.
For the podcast, this has been Mr. Cincinnati. It's the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Have a good night.